The most important thing for me is to just go and have some fun, and you know, to look back at the footage of a Formula 1 car going around here will be amazing. Yeah, it's an amazing experience. Most circuits I go to, I can pick up within 2 laps. Here, you can see it taking a half a day.
Obviously, we've never been around Le Mans before. We had the Monza rear wing on. We had the lowest ride heights we thought we could, DRS, which typically, obviously, the FIA set where you're allowed to open it. There's no regulations for the Le Mans lap, so we could just basically map the car to allow DRS on every single straight.
In 2003, the Macau Grand Prix featured a Formula 1 demonstration run by Ralph Furman, who performed a demonstration run in a Jordan Ford EJ13 F1 car during the 50th Macau Grand Prix. Although it was intended to be a slow demonstration, Furman drove the car at high speed, much to the displeasure of his team boss, Eddie Jordan.
A huge crowd here at the Brickyard, as it's known, to see this Formula 1 race. And there is the Yard of Bricks, and that's what the whole circuit was paved with back in the early part of the 20th century. It's one of the oldest racetracks in the world. Of course, the infield section that was built for the Formula 1 teams is only 8 years old, and that is a look at the layout of it.
Formula 1's return to Africa has been in the works for many years now, and we may soon see it back on the F1 calendar. Recently, the FIA have approved plans for the Kyalami circuit to achieve a Grade 1 circuit status within a 3-year period. If this goal is accomplished, it is highly likely that a deal will be made to establish Kyalami as the permanent home of the South African Grand Prix once again.
We're at the Red Bull Formula Nürburgring in Germany. The old Nürburgring, the Green Hell, the Nordschleife, call it what you will. 15.7 miles, at least 77 corners, depending on how you count them. Back in the day, it was an incredible challenge for both driver and machine.
The Nürburgring hosting the Luxembourg Grand Prix, the European Grand Prix, the German Grand Prix, and now the Eiffel Grand Prix as well. Temperatures pretty cold here. It's the Eiffel Grand Prix taking its name from the low mountain range in western Germany, located to the south of Cologne.
It's electric everywhere. Spain is not usually all that enthusiastic about Formula 1, but my goodness, they're enthusiastic about this. There are thousands of them. The weather is good. I think the skies, in fact, I know the skies are clearing, and I can tell you that the temperature is climbing.
And welcome along to steamy, sultry and very much sweaty Sepang. It is a hot, hot day here in Malaysia. We are some 53 miles from the centre of the country's capital, Kuala Lumpur, on the fringes of the international airport. 56 laps to come for this afternoon's race. 3.4 miles each lap, 15 corners, 5 to the left and 10 to the right, and 2 long DRS zones where you can get a lot of overtaking done.
And it's time then for something new in the world of Formula 1 and the World Championship, where finally we get to come to the wonderful Mugello for the Gran Premio della Toscana Ferrari 1000, the Tuscan Grand Prix celebrating 1,000 races for the grandest of all teams. What an amazing track this is. 3.62 miles long, 1 DRS zone for about 800 metres along that main straight, and there are 15 corners, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and you never really slow down that much throughout the entire 3.2 miles here. Somewhere in the middle of Germany, you come across this, Hockenheim, And we're here for the German Grand Prix, the 37th and possibly the last for the foreseeable future here at Hockenheim, where Pole has won 18 of the previous 36 races, and 1/3 of Germany still covered in forests and woodlands, as is this Hockenheim circuit. It used to wind its way through the trees. We've now got a short lap at 2.84 miles.
And there are the forests that surround this track. You can still make out where the old track used to go. You can definitely see where the new track is now.
Christmas is coming soon, so how about a feast of turkey for this weekend? It's the Turkish Grand Prix and a return to Istanbul Park, and we are back at one of the best tracks in Formula One in recent years. There it is, 3.3 miles long, full of elevation changes around the 14 corners, 8 to the left and 9 to the right, 2 DRS zones along the back straight and the main straight towards turn 1, and those elevation changes, 40.8 metres, it rises and it drops.
The mighty Mario Andretti gets a rare chance in his 80s to drive a modern Formula One car as he dives historically into Andretti Curve, named after the very man himself, and it's an absolute glorious sight and sound to rock through the hills of Monterey, somewhat apropos, because this is the location that Mario raced his last IndyCar race back in the mid-90s, so a special place for the Andretti family, as he and Michael went toe-to-toe for many a year in IndyCar. Drive like Andretti, they say, and that's how you do it here at Laguna.
Listen to the sound of 800 plus horsepower revving to 18,000 RPM, and nobody's happier about it than the guy in that Formula One McLaren. Two-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion Tony Stewart living the dream. Just hearing the sound of these engines, this engine, reverberating off the trees. I've always thought bringing Formula One back to Watkins Glen International would be a race that would need no promotion, because there are multiple generations of U.S. fans out there who would be here in a heartbeat with friends and family to see Formula One back at the Glen.
Welcome to Portimao, to the Autodromo Internacional do Algarve for a Portuguese Grand Prix, and the first time we've been to this brilliant track here in the Algarve. This is it, 2.89 miles. It is 15 corners, 6 left and 9 right. What you can't tell from that map is the undulation here. It goes up, it goes down, and it continues to do so. It's a really, really impressive track to look at.